Are you thinking about moving to Shrewsbury, New Jersey? So whether you've heard of the borough or the township, you're in the right place to learn exactly what makes this Monmouth County area so unique. So in this video, we're going to break down everything that you need to know about Shrewsbury, from the differences between the borough and township, commuting options to New York City, school districts, and much, much more. So if you're looking for a small town feel with the big time convenience, stay tuned because Shrewsbury might just be the best place for you. Now, before we get started, if it is your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon, and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. And on the Live in Central New Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you're the first one to know what's going on in their Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to click the bell, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this video started. Kicking us off with the location, Shrewsbury can be a little confusing because at first glance, there's actually two separate municipalities, but they share the same name. So you have Shrewsbury Borough and Shrewsbury Township. And they actually are pretty different. So let's start with Shrewsbury Borough, which is probably the more well-known, I would say, of the two. It's located in eastern Monmouth County, right next to Red Bank, Little Silver, and Tinton Falls. So the borough covers about 2.2 square miles and offers that classic, I would say, suburban feel, tree-lined streets, and historic homes. Pretty strong community vibe there too. So you're gonna be close to the beaches, minutes from downtown Red Bank, have direct access to major roadways like the Route 35 and the Garden State Parkway, so making commuting very easy, which we'll kind of get to in a second. When it comes to Shrewsbury Township, though, it's in I would say, a separate place and a much smaller municipality. So actually, believe it or not, the smallest by land in all of New Jersey, coming in at 0.1 square miles. It was originally part of a much larger colonial township back in like the late 1600s, but it's got broken down so many different times, and there's barely anything left of it there too. So overall, when you hear Shrewsbury, I would say you're going to be constantly thinking of the Shrewsbury Borough section versus Shrewsbury Township. Point number two will be your commute to work, most notably New York City, because a lot of people work or live here in New Jersey, overall better quality of life, and then work in New York City for the bigger bucks. So driving yourself, if you want to get into the city that way, will run you about an hour and a half. But it's also going to cost you the most nowadays, at least compared to public transportation. So at New York hit New Jersey with congestion tolling. So during the peak hours from about, I think it's 5 a.m. to like 9 p.m. now, you're going to be increased tolls. So when you're entering the city, you get dinged pretty hard nowadays. So it is going to be a little bit more expensive, but obviously the convenience of driving yourself is what some people will look forward to. So overall, about an hour and a half, the easiest route right up to Garden State Parkway, take that up north to whatever part of New York City that you have to get to. Next up, taking the train. The easiest train stations will probably be either in Red Bank or Little Silver, just depending on exactly where you are located in Shrewsbury, but you have either option available to you. You're just kind of minutes away. I would say about an hour and 20 minutes-ish will be the train ride from there. I mean, maybe an hour and a half, probably at the absolute most, but somewhere in that ballpark range. And then taking the bus, a similar commute time as a train, and also similar cost. You can pretty much just get a monthly pass if you're going to be there 5 days a week, and that's going to help you save a little bit of money that way, probably in between about that $400, $500 range right there. So either way, bus, train, driving yourself, you have options to get to New York City, but public transportation nowadays will be the cheapest. Education is another area where the difference between Shrewsbury Borough and Shrewsbury Township really stands out, and it's important to understand that if you are going to be moving to either one of them, which one you go to, because the school districts will vary. So starting off with Shrewsbury Borough, it has its own, I would say, small but highly regarded public school district where children that attend are going to be through from pre-K through all the way up to 8th grade, and that's actually just in one building. So again, it's not a very large district or large school system by any means. After 8th grade, they are going to move on to Red Bank Regional High School, which is one of the top-rated high schools in Monmouth County, offering specialized academics in fields like the engineering, arts, finance. And on the other hand, Shrewsbury Township does not have its own school district, so they're actually going to attend the Tinton Falls Public School District from grades kindergarten through 8th grade, and they actually have 3 separate schools to do so. So your child will be moving around just a little bit from school to school. So if that's something you think they might be uncomfortable doing, it might be better off to stay out of the township and stick with the borough. And then afterwards, your child would then attend Monmouth Regional, which is going to be a regional high school between 3 different towns here, Tinton Falls and Shrewsbury Township being a couple of them. Moving on to the real estate options, we will start with the adult communities, and there's 2 different ones in Shrewsbury Borough. You got Thornbrook and Enclave. Thornbrook is going to be your townhome styles, and they're roughly going to be in that $700,000 range. Not a ton of movement on the price points recently. Enclave will be your single-family styles between about 2 and 4 beds, various model and sizes. Pretty much all of them are going to be in that 7-figure range. Condos and townhomes, most of them will be in the Shrewsbury Township area between, I would say, $250,000 up to $350,000. But you do want to be a little bit careful. But large majorities are going to be inside of a co-op, which is different than just buying a home outright. It's like buying a share of a stock in a sense, because you're buying a share of the community. So a little bit differentiated right there. And then Shrewsbury Borough does have one development, some pretty nice townhomes, honestly, and they're also going to be in the $700K range like the adult community ones were. Last but not least, the single families. This is going to be the dominant housing type in Shrewsbury. Prices will generally range from about the mid 500s for the smaller ranches or capes to well over $1 million for the larger colonials and even new construction in the area. The town is known though for its, I would say, charming historic homes. You got your tree-lined streets and pride of ownership. So it's not going to be a budget buy town by any means. So if you're a first-time home buyer, it might be a little difficult to get in here. But you're paying for a prime location. You have strong school systems, proximity to the Jersey Shore, the Red Bank area, which is a great downtown location with plenty of things to do. So we'll kind of touch upon that a little bit later on the video. But overall, it's a awesome location, and you are going to be paying a price for it. Point number 5 will be the shopping and dining options available. Shrewsbury is kind of becoming a little bit of a retail hub over in Monmouth County. Route 35 is lined with major shopping centers, including the Grove, which is pretty much going to be one of your more upscale shops. You have Lululemon over there, Sephora, Lovesac, whatever, you can pretty much name it. And then you have everything from like Trader Joe's to Home Goods just minutes away over on 35 too. So realistically, you have a little bit of everything. Plus, on top of that, the Monmouth Mall just closed down. I made a separate video on that, and they're turning it into apartments. So the shopping in Shrewsbury is pretty good. And being on 35, if you go north into like that Red Bank and also Middletown area, you're going to have even more options there too. But overall, really solid area to be shopping. For the dining in Shrewsbury, you'll find a good mix of casual and upscale options. The local favorites, I would think, include Alberino Tapas and Wine Bar. You have Corbo and Sons Osteria, which is an Italian-style menu. For more options, though, really better off going into Red Bank, and just, 5-10 minutes away, and they have an elite food scene covering everything from gourmet to gastropub. Some couple different spots that I like. You got Char Steakhouse over there. The Dublin House, you got Teak Restaurant. That's actually going to turn into a nightclub during nighttime and a great party scene. So many different options. That's just 3 of them. But if you just pop up the Google Maps, which I'll do for you real quick, literally every street in the downtown area is going to have something you're going to like. Point number 6 will be the different entertainment options available to you. Shrewsbury in itself, I would say, is a little bit quieter, more residential, but you are surrounded by some pretty great attractions. We just spoke about Red Bank a little bit, so you obviously know there's great downtown nightlife, restaurant scene, and even boutique shops and stuff like that. Core Pacey Theater is going to be located there, and they do comedy shows and plays all the time. The Monmouth Park Racetrack in Oceanport is located pretty close by. They're going to have horse racing, and they actually opened up a sports book there not long ago too. And then Sickles Park and Shrewsbury Borough Park for, I would say, walking trails and sports fields. They kind of give you a great balance right there. And then last, the PNC Bank Arts Center, located in Homedale, is not too far away. Short drive up the Parkway, and you'll see plenty of big names all summer long there too. So overall, maybe Shrewsbury is a little bit quiet, but surrounded by so many different options. And obviously the shore is probably going to be 15-ish minutes away. So great location. To kind of pull it all together here, Shrewsbury is an excellent location to be raising a family with plenty of different real estate options, strong school systems, and easy access to work if you are going into the city. If you are looking to move to the Shrewsbury area, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is down low in the comments and description. So whether you're 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even year out, it doesn't matter to me. Let's just get you on the right path towards their real estate goals. And if you want to learn a little bit more about other parts of the Central Jersey area, check out 2 videos popping up and hopefully help out a little bit too. Have a great day.